What's going on YouTube? My name is GinJTCG or Chris, and today I'm back doing my old 3-match style video with the new Mega Evolution set that came out today. And I do not have the normal, post a deck with the animated background because the cards are not out on Limitless, and I did not memorize the names or abilities too well, so I just wanted to show off the Pokemon to make sure I got everything right. And today I'm going to be focusing on Mega Kangaskhan EX. I have been looking forward to this deck for a minute now. It just looks like a ton of fun. With the run errand ability, once during your turn when this Pokemon is in the active spot, you can draw 2 cards, and you can't use more than one of these abilities each turn. So you can't spam it like Golden Go with coin bonus, but you can still draw 2 cards, which functions as an amazing draw engine. Pair that with Rapid Fire Combo, you do 200 damage, and then you flip a coin until you get tails. This attack does 50 more damage for each heads you get. So I have created a style of Kangaskhan that actually uses Terapagos, and functions to really just 2-shot your opponent, and really just double down on doing 200 damage and just being okay with that. You're not really digging for 250, you're not digging for 300 or anything more than that, but obviously for flipping heads and hitting those bigger numbers, that's amazing for the most part, where you kind of want to just play off the bulk. We've got 300 HP. When we pair that with Bouffalant with Curly Wall, when we have 2 Bouffalant in play, our normal Pokemon that are basics, take 60 less damage from attacks. So now we're effectively at 360 HP for 1-shot KO. When you combo that with Bravery Charm, putting us up to 410 HP, or even Hero's Cape up to 460 max HP to take a 1-shot KO, the Kangaskhan gets so tanky. And of course, to make all this possible with Terapagos, we have the Unified Beatdown and Crown Opal attacks to lock out basic non-normal type Pokemon from attacking Terapagos, and also Unified Beatdown swinging for massive damage. We're playing Area 0 Underdepths, which can allow our bench to become very, very big and swing hard with Unified Beatdown, but also get us space to use Knockdowns with the Jewel Seeker ability. Since it's a relatively useless Pokemon after you evolve it and search the 2 cards, it kind of just sits there and does nothing. So when you play Area 0 and your opponent bumps it, you can just get rid of your Knockdowns, which always feels great. For the late game attacker, we're playing 1 copy of Blood Moon or Saluna, which just really helps, save some energy to take a big late game KO. We've got 3 copies of Glass Trumpet, which is going to help a ton since our entire deck is normal type Pokemon. I'm not too worried about having the Terra Pokemon in play. We play 3 Terapagos, so we could always get kind of one of those on the bench, and then load up one of our 2 Kangaskhan's. But I think the biggest thing, since Cynthia's Garchomp I think is going to be an extremely popular deck, is playing the Protective Goggles, where the basic Pokemon this card is attached to has no weakness. So if we smack this on Mega Kangaskhan, we now take away the fighting weakness, and then that allows us to dodge the weakness damage from Garchomp and pretty much just walk through that matchup pretty free, since they're now not going to be swinging super hard at all, and we're still going to have all the bulk that comes with Bouffalant, the Cape, and the Charm. For the supporter count, we're going with a very, very consistent 3 Crispin, 3 Iono, and 2 Boss's Orders, which is thin in general, but when we're playing such a cherry pick the card you need out of your deck with Jewel Seeker, I figured it's not going to be too hard to get one of those going and then pull off a big combo. We've also got Fan Rotom with the Fan Call, where we could just take 2 Hoot-Hoots and a Knockdowl, or 2 Knockdowls and a Hoot-Hoot if we already started a Hoot-Hoot, just to make sure that we're getting our engine in play. And then from there, we also have 2 Nest Balls, 3 Ultra Balls, and 2 Buddy Buddy Poffins as our Pokemon search. For Gust, we're running 2 copies of Boss's Orders and 2 Counter Catchers to make sure that we can take a Boss KO whenever we need. We got 1 Super Rod, which functions as our recovery, and then I am opting to play 1 copy of TM Devo. Now, this deck might not swing for Oko every single time, so I figured having 1 copy of Devo to just kind of ruin your opponent's board state with a big Devolution if they're going a bunch of rare candies. For example, in Charizard or even Dragapult lists at this point, I figured Devo wouldn't hurt too bad at all. For the energy count, we are playing 11 energy with 4 electric, 4 water, and 3 grass. The only reason we are playing those is for Crown Opal. The 3 of energy could really just be any one of those 3. I don't have a reason why I picked grass. It just kind of is grass. And I couldn't play a full 4-4-4 line of energy because I thought Devo actually had a bit of value. So I wanted to try it out in the list, but I definitely think you could cut Devo for either an Arven, which you could get off Knockdown to go like Counter Catcher Tool. You could play a 4th energy, whichever one you're playing 3 of. Maybe a 4th Stadium wouldn't hurt that much. I don't necessarily think you need a third Kangaskhan, but that could be a decent spot to put something down as well. I think playing a Night Stretcher in that slot might be another thing I would consider. You know, there's still some cards. It's very early in the set. I'm literally playing this like the second I got out of work, so I'm kind of just hopping in, running with the list that felt good when I've been excited to play, and excited to show it off to you guys. So if there's any decks you guys want to see early on in the Mega Evolutions format, definitely let me know. I'm super into whatever you guys want to play, and I have a fun Master of the Meta series episode coming out over the weekend. Should be up by Monday, so you know, I'll definitely have Kangaskhan recorded for today. Hoping to get one other new Mega Evolutions deck out to showcase. I have one in mind, and then maybe one if a bunch of you guys want to see one of the new Megas in a deck as well. And then from there, I'll hop back into some Master the Meta or Off Meta Mastery videos because I've been liking getting those master classes out to you guys. So yeah, with that being said, let's hop into today's video and see how well Kangaskhan and Terapagos can do. Welcome to match number 1. We open up with what seems like a rough hand. However, this Buddy Puffin is going to turn into Fan Rotom, which is going to get pretty much my entire engine going and feels pretty good. And my opponent leads Duskull, which makes me immediately think Dragapult, but of course we'll see. We do have a Nest Ball, so we could get the Kangaskhan down early. And honestly, I am tempted to do so, although getting another Curly Wall Bouffalon doesn't seem bad. I think for now we're going to go Buddy Puffin, take a Fan Rotom, and a Hoot for sure. And then off the Fan Rotom, I think I want to go Hoot and then double Knocked Owl, just to make sure that I'm ready to rumble for next turn. Off the Nest Ball, I mean, we do have our Bouffalons in play. I am tempted to Nest Ball for a Bouffalon now, but I've got a feeling we're going to be attaching to Terapagos and swinging here anyways. So I guess let's just drop this down. We could throw a Charm on the active. I want to save Hero's Cape just in case like a tool scrap or something like that comes down. I don't really want to waste that too much. And then I think I could just pass for turn, and I'll start swinging for big damage numbers next turn. Even if I have to go Knocked Owl for like double Nest Ball, doesn't feel the worst either, just to make sure that my Bouffalons are there, just making sure I'm tanking some big damage always feels kind of nice. We got to see what my opponent's got, and also, the new board, kind of like it. I actually think it looks kind of tough, and they're actually just going to rip an Iona, so they're going to get rid of both Knocked Owls in my hand and the Nest Ball, which is unfortunate, but as long as we get an Ultra Ball, we will be all right for the following turn. I actually don't get an Ultra Ball, but I get a Crispin, so I can still attack for sure. They're going to go come and get you, and I'm going to take a big early KO on their Duskull. Actually, how much are we swinging for? I'm swinging for 90, so Boss wouldn't even matter. I did lose Area 0. I will drop the Bouffalant down. I'll also drop the Kangaskhan, and then I'll rip a Crispin. I don't mind locking my bench up here for now. But I think what I do want to pull off is a little Crown Opal attack. Just in case this is a basic deck. I mean, I don't think so. I still really do think it's Dragapult Dusknoir. But I think for now, just making sure that they can't attack me with any basics. That's a non-normal type, or any non-normal basic. Feels pretty good. And then if I could just get an Ultra Ball or something here, or just a straight Knockdown, I mean, that would be even better. So now I could go like Area 0 Under Depths and Nest Ball maybe for a Bouffalant. Doesn't feel too bad. I mean, we do have 2 switch in the deck as well, so I could switch into Kangaskhan, but nope. My opponent is going to Iono and just give me a new hand. That is fine by me. We'll get a Knocked Owl out of our deck, as well as an Iono and some Nest Ball. So I think off Knocked Owl, I do want to play it before Iono. And I want to go Area 0 and maybe, I mean, Crispin doesn't feel too bad, but I don't even know if I want a Crispin. I like the Grass Trumpet as well. I don't think I actually Iono here. I think I just set up energy preemptively. I definitely want to Jewel Seeker. And I need Area 0 for sure. And then I don't hate getting Crispin here just to start getting some early energy down. We're swinging for 150, so then it would be 30 per. So I think I actually could take a KO on Latias this turn if I just get 2 Pokemon down onto my bench. So we'll go Area 0, make our bench huge, and then we'll go Nest Ball. We'll take down another Bouffalant for sure. And I think this is a situation where we could actually try to force... I mean, I don't hate another Hoot, to be honest, just so they don't have one they could totally target. I think this works kind of nice. And yeah, we're swinging 210. I don't have to bench this Mega Kangaskhan, so I don't think I'm going to yet. I think I want to just take 2 energy and get them down on the one that's on my bench, just so I'm ready to attack the following turn. When my active gets KO'd, I could easily use Glass Trumpet and start setting up a backup one. I think for now, we just go Unified Beatdown, take 2 more prize cards, and I'll put my opponent in a situation where they can use a Dusknoir or Dusclops or something like that. But if they do that, they're going to put me down to 2 prize cards, and then it's just 1 KO and a Dragapult, and boom. We're ready to go. That's going to be it, and we'll move on to match number 2. So for now, we'll see what they got in store. Again, absolutely would love to see. I mean, a rare candy Dragapult Neo Upper would be hard if they pulled it off. I would love to see a Dusknoir, though. If they go Dusknoir, Dusclops to make sure they take a KO, we're going to be walking through pretty easy. We just need to take 1-2 prize KO. And they got Hilda. It's actually nuts. Yo, if they actually pull off Rare Candy Dragapult, Dusknoir, Neo Upper, alright. I mean, can't argue with the nuts like that, dude. It's insane. Looks like this deck is still cracked. You know, a new set might have came out, but, I mean, Dragapult still has it every time. You hate to see it, but I guess it is good to make a good little game number 1. They're going to put all 6 damage counters down on Mega Kangaskhan. That's fine. I don't actually hate charming this guy up here. I don't really want to Iono and give my opponent a new hand. I think I'd rather do that next turn. This only goes to bench, right? Yeah, 2 of your bench normal Pokemon. Okay. Because I could Iono, give my opponent a new 6, but right now they're just dead drawing no matter what. So I actually don't hate swinging 2-10. And then next turn, I could go run errand with Kangaskhan and Iono and just see if I could pull out, you know, 1 basic energy from my deck or even a switch. Because then maybe I could go Fan Rotom. Actually, maybe Iono first then. Hold up. I have an idea. I'll go Night Stretcher. For what? Latias. Latias isn't going to help you retreat for free. They're going to item lock me now. Yo, stop playing. There's no way. There's no way you go for the item lock. I mean, whatever, I guess. Get rid of your Neo Upper Energy. Latias isn't going to save you. No, you go Phantom Die for KO. All right, that's fair. And you swing for another 140. You barely get the 2-shot off. If we had Luxurious Cape, Hero's Cape, we actually would have lived that attack, which is kind of nuts. So I think here what I actually want to do is I do want to go Fan Rotom. Choose 2. Oh, that's right. All right, Noctowl can go, and I mean, we could get rid of 1 Hoo-Oo. I think at this point I could just win pretty easily with 3 prize cards and only 1 Dreepy in play. We're still going to throw Fan Rotom in the active spot, just so now I could Glass Trumpet, and that feels pretty awesome. I like having the 2 energy in the deck as well. Oh my god, I don't have a Terra Pokemon in play. That's right, I can't Glass Trumpet. Oh no. Okay, that's fine. Let's Rod back a Turtle for sure. Definitely a couple energy. And this feels alright. I don't need the Hoots. I don't need the Noctowls. I think just 1 more and we'll be able to walk through the game. I forgot Glass Trumpet needs the Terra. That was a pretty bad misplay. So now I'm going to need Glass Trumpet and an energy to pull this off, or a switch or something like that. And we do not pull it off. Okay. This is fine. This is okay. We could Nest Ball, but that's not going to help me too much here either. I think we just go for the pass. That hurt. That was a pretty bad misplay. I should have just went in with Kangaskhan. I mean, we would have been 2 cards deeper, but I wouldn't have guaranteed had a KO either. So it's not necessarily the end of the world, but it definitely feels pretty bad. And they're going to get more GPs out. So they are 100% still in this game. You talk about a bad misplay. That's what happens when you play a brand new deck. Yo, I haven't played a knockdown deck in a minute, and it's showing, dude. I forgot how to act with all these need Terra in play type of cards. You know, the Area Zeros, the Glass Trumpets. So don't play like I do. It's clearly not working too well. They could go for the Dusclops. No, instead they choose to go for the whole Lucha so they could take out the Hoo-Oo. That's smart. That is a smart play. And I only got the 1. Did not choose the Buddy Buddy Poffin, nor did I choose to take it back. But now you got to put all the damage counters down on the Hoo, which is fine. You'll swing for 140, which we still have more HP left. So you would have to go... What? I mean, you'd have to go, like, Dusknoir KO still, if I'm not mistaken. Because we still have our Bouffalan's up at full HP. Right? And we get an energy. That's huge. That's actually so big, it's not even funny. We could Buddy Buddy Poff into Thin since I have the energy. I don't really want to take Fan Rotom at this point, so I'm not going to. I will, however, run errand and draw 2. And we get our Noctowl. Okay, perfect. That's Awesome. Let's just... I could bench the bear. It actually doesn't feel too bad. I don't think I need to, though, because Kangaskhan has so much HP at this point. So we'll just rip an Iono and give my opponent 2 cards instead of their 3, but also give me a new 3 to work with, and I will gladly take a boss Ultra Ball Energy. That is a huge combo. And then we'll swing for 200 plus. Just the base 200 is going to be all we need. And this is what I mean when I say we play a 2-shot deck. We don't mind that we're flipping tails. We only needed the 200 damage. That's what we built our deck around. So I don't think they could pull off and attack this turn, if I'm not mistaken. They would need Rare Candy, Dragapult, Crispin for both the energy, and then they would also need Rare Candy Dusknoir. So they would need 5 cards in hand. They have 2. 3 when you count their top deck. They have no onboard draw at the moment. Now they've got a Dracloak, but a Dracloak, I mean, it'd have to be research, and you'd have to research into the absolute beans to pull this off. If you do anything but that, we're going to be taking a KO no matter what, unless you give me Latias. I can't do 210. Which is a shame, but hey, it happens. You get another Dracloak down, you got 2 cards in hand. Anything else you could do with that, or are we just Lily's Determination? Yeah, that is a new supporter. That is pretty good, isn't it? That's a shame. Full 6. What do you call it? Oh, that's annoying. And now I need to switch. Oh. This deck is tricky. This deck is tricky for sure. Can I get a retreat down? Or can I just top deck a switch? Can we just like speed this up, maybe? You're going to go Itchy Pollen for 0 because of Curly Wall, but now we cannot use item cards like Ultra Ball too thin, and I'm going to get a Terrapagos down. So I think in a situation like this, we actually don't hate a energy attachment here. And, I mean, honestly, I could charm up, because they're swinging 140 to basics, including Bouffalon. Yeah, so they're actually not even KOing Bouffalon with Dragapult EX, funny enough. And then all I need to do is just boss up that Duskull on their bench and take the KO that way with Kangaskhan. So I just need to dig out one more energy, a Crispin. Iono, I think we've played, 2 of them? We've got one more. So I've got one more Crispin, one more Iono. I need an energy to dig out. I need one of my switch cards. I mean, we got plenty of cards to draw into where we actually could close out this game, which feels pretty awesome. They've used both the Recon Directives. We'll see if they got anything else. They got a Dusclops. Again, you can't pop it, though. You pop the Dusclops, you give me the game. And you go Hilda for Dragapult Energy. So yeah, you're going to attack, but you're going to whiff the KO, funny enough, on the Bouffalon. But you'll win next turn, because you could just put all the damage counters down on Bouffalon on the bench. Oh, boy. This is tricky. This is tricky for sure. Maybe I should have just let my active get KO'd, because then I could have run errand. Maybe that was my misplay. Oh, yeah, duh. That, of course, was the play. Because then I just boss up a single prizer. Yeah, you can tell I have not played this deck. Dude, I threw so hard. Someone's going to yell at me in the comments. That's fine. Charm was 100% a mistake here. We wanted this guy to get KO'd so that I could just promote, boss Badoo, Duskull, like boss anything, and just win. That's pretty bad. That's pretty bad. Unfortunate, but hey, I mean, that's what I get for no warm-up. Jump into a game you sold. You sold. Unless you have boss. And you still don't KO. You swing 140. We get... Oh, my God. Wait. Hold up. Hold up. I could boss up Dracloak or Dusclops. We could boss up Dusclops, actually. That thing might be stuck. I misplayed. So did my opponent. And we're going to take advantage of that. We're going to bring up Dusclops. You need energy to retreat it. You cannot switch it out. And we're going to get rid of Area 0 Fan Rotom here. I'm going to keep the Terra just in case I get Glass Trumpet or something like that. I'm going to take out another Bouffalon just in case. And then we're going to pass. So now you need 2 energy to retreat, right? Because Latias is only for basic Pokemon. You've played your Neo Upper, so that's not going to work. You've got 2 energy down on the Dragapult. You've got 1 Recon Directive, but you're going to need at least 2 turns to get this guy out of the active spot. You cannot Curse Blast because we would win. So, and they get Lily's Determination for 6 plus a Recon Directive. That's great. All right. Awesome. Sweet. Love the new Dragapult. This is going to be something I'm not going to be able to get used to. No research in the deck, just straight Lily's Determination. That is insane, dude. Oh my God. I mean, you can't stop that. It's just, that's elite. And I've got to wait to top deck one of my like 6 energy. I mean, Glass Trumpet doesn't really help me, so this Grass Energy in the discard pile is kind of pointless because it only goes to the bench. So I kind of am just sitting here. I mean, they got another counter catcher. Okay. Hey, that's fine. If you don't have an energy, you still need 2 turns to retreat. And I have Switch in my deck, so I could just top deck Switch and just move on into match number 2. That'd make me feel so much better. Because I totally had game had I not played that Charm. That Charm legitimately threw, which is a shame. But hey, we'll make it work. Glass Trumpet, not going to cut it. We just pass here. We got to see who gets the 2 energy first. My opponent with their massive hand plus Recon Directive, or the luck of the top decks. I mean, did I prize check? No. Did I play smart? Definitely not. I think I've just played worse and worse as the game went on. We started hot, we fell apart. Which is just about what you choose to see when you watch me play a new deck. But hey, Lily's Determination again, dude. Oh my god, this card is nuts. The card is busted. It's so busted. The more I watch this happen, the more obsessed I am with this card, and the more mad that I'm going to need to somehow dig up 4 of these from Milwaukee, which, by the way, if you're going to Milwaukee, please don't be afraid to say hi, what's up. I had a ton of fun seeing people at Pittsburgh and getting a chance to talk to people who watch the channel, have seen the channel in passing, whatever the case might be, so that would be pretty sweet. I'll take a water energy here, man. It's fine by me. We're 1 energy closer to retreating and having game than my opponent. If they hadn't gone counter catcher, we could have made it through. Sadly, didn't work out that way. And, I mean, yeah. What do they got? 8 cards in hand. A Dusknoir. That doesn't help them. Now it's just a 3 retreat cost, which is even worse, actually. Jamming Tower. Does that change anything? Now that my tool is shut off. I don't think so. Because, again, you cannot Curse Blast. Or we go to sudden death, which actually would be pretty fun. And I'm taking those odds, dude. I run them over if we go sudden death, right? Like, there's no way. We got so many... The Crispin, the Trumpet. I mean, we just get moving. All I gotta do is KO a Badoo or a Dreepy. Good night. And they go Curse Blast. Okay. Actually, or does it just give it to us? Because they're KO'd first. Sure, you go up to 320, but I take my prize card first. Because you KO'd yourself from the ability. And then they would lose. Sudden death. No. Okay, it's the same time. That's interesting. I guess that makes sense. Well, let's do it. I was going to say their stadium. First player to take a prize card. Let's do it. That's how we want to start, man. Off a bad misplay, but hey, is what it is. We'll flip a little coin, see what happens. I guess that's smart for them because we had an energy down, so they kind of just had to go for the sudden death prize race. So if you have never seen sudden death, it's just first to take a prize card. I think it only comes up on live. I've never actually had this happen in person at any real event or tournament, you know what I mean? So I'm curious to see how this one goes. And we've got such a good hand. It's not even funny. They're going first. That's fine. I mean, we got the beans, dude. Like, we legitimately have the beans. And they mulligan. They took 2 mulligans. Yeah, good night. I could fail this. I mean, we got Buddy Buddy Poffin for Fan Rotom and another Hoo-Hoo. And then I can Fan Rotom for Double Knocked Owl Bouffalon. And we're already just going to beef up everything, dude. And they lead a Duskull. This is cool. All right. I mean, we can't Unified Beatdown turn 1, but, I mean, unless we top deck Crispin, it's really not likely. And if they're going Ultra Ball here, that tells me I'm not going to go Iono. I don't want to give them a bigger hand. If they have Lily's Determination, so be it, dog. Draw your 8. I'm just not going to give you a new hand with better odds of having Lily's Determination. But no shot. No shot. Yo, trust. That hand's going to be like Lily's Determination, Rare Candy, Dragapult, and I'm going to scream. For now, let's go get these guys down. Bench a little Hoot Toot. We'll go Fan Call. We'll take out one of these guys, 2 of these guys. Definitely could smack down Area 0, but they also could go for the Stadium Bump, and I really don't have to yet. So I think I actually do just hold the hand. I mean, again, why can I counter catcher? That's not right. Interesting. I guess I could play Area 0, Ultra Ball, counter catcher, Protective Goggles. I should not be able to play this card. And then I could dig out a Kangaskhan. just to get it out of my deck. But then I don't want them to bump area 0. So you know what? I'm just going to pass here. I mean, we got game in hand, right? All I have to do is knock Dow for Crispin. And they're going to need Lily's Determination right here. That's fine. They had it in hand. That's okay. That's totally okay. Did not want to give him an Iono to give him more pieces of that puzzle to work with. You need Hawlucha, Rare Candy, Dragapult off this 6-card hand, which, depending on your build, like if this is Tord's build with Quad Rare Candy, I hate to say that it's actually not the hardest combo to pull off. But if it's anything but that, like if you're missing Rare Candy, chalked. No way. Stop it right now. Stop it right now. Hold up. Hold the phone. Wait. Blood Moon or so. Oh my god, wait, does that work? Wait, no. That shouldn't work. I've got 60 less HP, or 60 more HP to get KO'd. So you need Boss's Orders as well, which you also can't play it. If you play Counter Catcher, your game is bugged, and I'm not standing for that. I'm taking that as I would have won, and they pass. Okay, this is fine. We go. Oh, we can't Crispin Boss, to be fair, and I'm not going to win this off Counter Catcher. That's cheesy. That is super, super cheesy. So let's go here. I mean, I could go switch Kangaskhan. Doesn't feel awful, to be honest. Winning off Counter Catcher is just not, like, I don't know why I can use that, but that bothers me. Use Jewel Seeker, yes. And I need Crispin Nest Ball. Right? Or I could go Crispin Hero's Cape and reveal my ace spec. And now is when we get that going. Or no, do I just get double Nest Ball? What's my max damage? 270? I can just do that next time because I have Ultra Ball in hand. Yeah, because I can only bench 3 more anyways. So we're doing 150 now. Let's get this here. This one down right here. Get a little Crispin out here. We'll get a Water and an Electric. It doesn't really matter, though, because they have Blood Moon, but we know for a fact they're not KOing my active in this situation. So I think what I want to do, just in case, I'm just going through the steps in case I, like, miss math, but I'm pretty sure I cap at 270. So I do just want to go double Nest Ball, if I'm not mistaken. And we'll pull out a Kangaskhan for sure. I don't hate pulling out a Blood Moon Ursaluna because it's just not a bad attacker at this point and also not totally something they can deal with. And we're at 210. Oh my god, it's 240 I cap it. Yep, this is why I ran it. Just in case. We'll get these guys out here. I don't want to get Hoot down because it's going to be an easy KO for my opponent, but I am going to get Terapagos just in case. They do bump the stadium. I'd have to get rid of a lot, but I guess if they take the KO, it doesn't matter. I don't know. We're just gonna run it here, and then we'll swing it to 40. Right? Yeah, that feels correct. And they got 20 HP. It's gonna be hard to move that thing out of the active without Latias. And even if they go Dracloak or Dragapult, they're not KOing anything. Oh, they could KO Fan Rotom on the bench, so they actually could go Hawlucha. So what do they need? They need Latias to get Blood Moon out of the active. They need Hawlucha in hand to put the damage counter on Rotom. And then they need Dragapult EX, and they have game. So they need 3 cards. They got 5 cards in their hand. That's going to be a hard 5 cards to pull off. If not, we just win. If they don't even have Latias, actually, no, they need the whole thing or they just lose, now that I think about it. Well, that's not true. Because if they were treating a Dragapult, I'm not guaranteed a one-shot. But they're guaranteed to win on the following turn because of Fan Rotom. So they actually could checkmate me if they go Latias plus Dragapult. But no, they attach the Psychic Energy to Blood Moon. That's not going to be enough for a retreat. Not going to be enough for a KO either. They just scoop. That's going to be game number 1 down to the wire. I will see y'all in match number 2. Welcome to match number 2. It seems my luck has run out. I mean, we've got a very bad hand, and there's really not much I can do about that at all. So, you know what? We're just going to rock with it. Maybe I don't even know what top deck I could get that would change this match. It just feels rough. to be quite honest. So that's fine. They're going to go Vessel, probably get rid of a Psychic Energy, and they're playing Gardevoir, which makes sense. We would go from Dragapult to Gardevoir. And I would have a dead hand against Gardevoir, so I'm kind of just hoping that they're just going to be setting up a Mind Bend play. There's not much they can do. The new big card in Gardevoir is going to be this one right here, where they devolve a Strange Timepiece, devolve one of your evolved Psychic Pokemon by putting any number of evolution cards into their hand. Really just helps set up the single prize board state, and I mean still absolutely nothing going for us here. They do have a Mind Bend, which is wildly unfortunate. Man, and I really don't feel like getting hit with that Mind Bend. But there's not much I can do, so I'm just gonna pass. You know? And we're just gonna call it a day. I'm gonna hope I top that Crispin and can attack and do something worthwhile. My opponent can restart for one, and maybe they get an Iono and give both of us a playable game. They've got double Dark Energy on the Monkey Dory. Surprised that wasn't a Psychic Energy. Did they not go? What did they do last turn? Did they played Vessel? Oh, they just shuffled. Oh, what? Interesting. Can't say I'm complaining. I'm just going to make the best of this. I'm going to play your Escape. I don't think they play Jamming... Or Tool Scrapper, excuse me. They definitely don't play Jamming Tower. Do I even want to swing for 60? Like, is that even worth it? I don't know. I'm going to. They could have Adrenaline Brain and moved 30 damage to myself. That would be annoying, but, I mean, hey, you know what? Whatever. It is what it is. They're going to go Ultra Ball, get rid of a Curlia and a Counter Catcher. I remember people freaking out about this Curlia. Can't you just put Pokemon into your hand? Yeah, something like that. I was like, it's call sign. You put 3 Pokemon into your hand, and a new Ralts, too, with Collect, of course. It would be a Collect Ralts. That makes sense. They would try to make this deck as busted as possible every single chance they get. They are going to full restart for 3. They cannot attack this turn. They can Adrenaline Brain some damage onto my active, which, funny enough, actually could become relevant because now I might not attack their Screamtails because I don't want to give them more power, more juice for that bottom attack, especially if they get an energy down on their Screamtails, but no, they're just going to pass. That's okay. I still don't think the attack is the play, but we get a knockdown. This is huge. So we're going to go Evolve here for sure. We got to go... I mean, Crispin is, I guess, the play. Iono does not feel like the play because my opponent seems to be having a rough time, too. Do I just go Crispin Nest Ball? And I could take out another Bouffalant? Right? Doesn't feel that bad. Does not feel that bad at all. So we'll do it. We'll go for it. We'll take a little Bouffalant, get my bulk up, get the beef going. I'm not going to play the Terrapagos just yet. I'm going to keep an energy in the hand. I'm going to play the water energy, and it doesn't really matter what the next energy is. So I'll put a grass into my hand. We'll get the water energy attached to the active. And I think Crown Opal is always our line, even though we are taking a KO with the Unified Beatdown, just because we're preventing all damage done by Monkey Dories and the Mew EX, pretty much everything, because they don't play any normal type attackers. So we'll take our prize card. It's going to be an Area 0 under depths, which is pretty cool, but it's going to be pretty hard to establish my entire board since I did not get the Fan Call off on turn 1. I did open up with an awful hand. My opponent is going to get ready for an Adrenaline Brain Mind Bend play. And that's fine. I mean, I'll take my luck flipping heads. They're doing 0 damage off the Mind Bend. So my damage done to Terrapagos at this point is really just going to come from my own, confusion if I flipped heads or tails. So, I mean, hey, we'll figure something out. It's either going to work or it's not. If I flip heads and I break through this confusion, we're going to be so up. If I don't, it's going to be a little scary. That top deck doesn't change anything. I think we just go for the Crown Opal. We see what we can do. Huge. We're up 2 prize cards. My opponent's got no energy in play. They're 2 dark energy. I thought they had it. Oh, no, because they went Rod. Okay, so they're not a dark energy in the discard. We're just 1, not 2. And we get another counter catcher. It's annoying. We had an electric energy in the prize cards. I was hoping we'd pull that out so I could start setting up a backup Terrapagos. Wouldn't be too bad, but no, they're going to go Ultra Ball. I'm sure they're going to pull off a rare candy here, right? They go Fez, draw 3. Rare Candy. Or no, they'll go restart for 2, Fez for 3. They'll draw 5. The chance they can pull off Rare Candy Gardevoir is pretty high, to be fair. But there's really not much they can attack me with their board, except for Gardevoir, which is going to be a bit of a gamble. They're going to get a Dark Energy attached to Monkey Dory alongside TM Evo. I guess, and Lily's Determination is huge. TM Evo, I guess, could be pretty smart. Get their Curlias down. Just start advancing their board state a little bit. I think if that's the case, I have to go Terapagos and attach. Just get a backup attacker ready to rumble, and they're going to go Secret Box. Ooh. Ew. Well, they can take Rare Candy or Ultra Ball. They can't take both. And they get rid of a Charm as well. Yo, if we didn't brick this game... I mean, I guess to be fair, my opponent has bricked miserably too. But they're doing more actions than us every single turn. We're just attacking and praying. And that's fine. I hope they play that Artisan, dude. I need another Hoot down. No, they get rid of it. No, you take a Gardevoir. Okay, so you got Rare Candy Guardy. What are you going to attack with, though? Because you have to set up Gardevoir here. You got enough energy to do it, but if you don't Miracle Force, you're not attacking. Yeah, you retreat, you go Guardy. Okay, smart. And we'll see if we get a little Crispin off the top deck. That would be pretty sweet. So I could try to two-shot their Guardy with Crown Opal. Ah, man, this is such a weird match, dude. Only because I've bricked so hard. If I was able to set up, dude, we totally had the bulk to make it through this all right. And they'll go Miracle Force for 130 damage. So we've got 190, definitely within two-shot range. Charm is pretty cool, though, I gotta say. So we can start immediately going for the full setup here. And then we need the nuts. We need the back-to-back heads off the Opal. We're gonna swing tails. God, that's bad. Can we turn this matchup around? I'm not sure. We'll find out. I guess maybe I could have switched, right? If I switched into Knockdown, attach, retreated, swung. Maybe that was the play here. And another Lily's Determination. I'm not sure. Because then it's like I also have no way to get a Terapagos down the following turn. Like now at least if I top deck Crispin, like there's some hope. Because we still have a crazy beefy Terapagos. And I haven't even touched my Kangaskhan yet. So we definitely could work this through. It just doesn't feel great. They can move all the damage they want onto the bench Terapagos. Okay, that's smart. I was going to say the active one is getting KO'd this turn. If I get anything but Crispin, I think it's Wraps. They're going to get up to 350 and take the KO since they did 130 damage with their active attack. Yo, Bouffalon is insane. Bouffalon Cape, crazy combo. We do have energy in the discard pile. I think this is a situation where I just give him Knocked Owl. I've got Switch. I could go Glass Trumpet, get some extra energy down, and a Nest Ball. That's pretty sweet, too. Because now I could get Kangaskhan. I mean, I could take Hoo as well, but at this point, like, we gotta just go in with the Unified Beatdown. Get something going for us. So we'll get a Water Energy here. We'll get a Grass Energy on this guy. And then going into Kangaskhan does feel pretty bad. I feel like, even though I'm not swinging for much, I've got to swing for chip damage on their Gardevoir. Right? Because now Kangaskhan can swing 200, take the KO on Guardy. If they heal 30, I have to heal 30. We're one Pokemon on the bench short. Man, it's not good. Not good. Bad news bears. Bad news bears for sure. But they can't KO my active, hopefully. And now I still got another chance to top deck a Crispin. We're living in top deck mode. We're thriving in top deck mode. And they're going to go Iona, give me a new 4. Thank gosh, dude. Oh, my lord. I needed a new hand this entire game. That's what I mean. It seemed like I bricked harder, but in all honesty, my opponent definitely had the better hand. We get a Charm out of the Iono as well, which is huge. And, I mean, we could go in with another Unified Beatdown. Doesn't feel bad. Or even Crown Opal. I mean, we just give them the KO here. This is fine. I got to go... Ooh. It's a good card to top deck. Sadly, I'm going to have to Iono it to the bottom of my deck. I mean, 120. Yeah, actually, you know what? I think it's fine to just swing 120. We just get an energy here. Because then it's just an attach next turn, and that feels a lot better. Then we Iono. I can't Ultra Ball, because I can't save both the cards. I need the Charm on the Kangaskhan. I need to keep that HP as high as possible. This is great. This is great. What do I want to do here? I don't really want to play Fan Rotom. I think we go Buddy Buddy Poffin for a Hoot. And then I've got an Energy to manual attach. I've got a Crispin, just in case I need. We're swinging 150, so they can't Monkey Dory so much damage that they could, one, take a KO on my active, or two, out-heal to the point where Kangaskhan cannot just take a clean KO. So it's safe to say, like, I'm going to do damage on Gardevoir. They pretty much have to retreat it here. And they have no onboard draw because they've got too many cards in hand for Mew. And the Pheasantipity doesn't work because we didn't take a KO. So they could go Nest Ball. This attacker is going to tell me a lot. Monkey Dory. Okay. So they could heal 60 damage with that Dark Energy out of the discard pile, which is pretty sweet. Still not enough for a KO on my active. I still have 90 left. So I'd probably have to Miracle Force because, I mean, I guess they could go Genome Hacking. But then I'm taking a 2-prize KO on Mew, and I still just need to look for Noctowl or Boss, and I'm cleaning up the rest of their game, which doesn't feel too bad. I'm curious where they put the damage. They put it on the Mega Kangaskhan. That's smart. It's going to be hard to work through that thing. That is for sure. I'm curious to see what attacker they give us. Mew is the only other option if they retreat, and I do think that is a dumb option. I think you kind of have to swing a Gardevoir here, except it's dying. Yep. And then you got access to flip the script next turn. You got to make sure that just guarantees you a Gardevoir. That's smart. That's okay, though. I got a run errand here, which feels pretty good. I definitely run... do I run Crispin first? I think so. Then the deck a card or two. I don't hate a fan Rotom. Not a bad single prize attacker if we need to. But let's definitely do the Crispin. Let's take an Electric Energy and a Grass Energy. And then we'll put the... we'll put the Grass into our hand because there's less of those in our deck. We'll attach the Electric to the active. And is this to all of your basic Pokemon in play? Take 6 less damage from attack, including your bench, which is huge for Screamtails if they come down. I don't need to attach this energy really anywhere. I mean, I guess I could attach it to Bouffalant, but that doesn't feel great either. I think I really just want to run errand here, see what I could get first. I almost just attacked. That would have been funny. There we go. We get Terapagos. Oh. And I could go Counter Catcher here and take out Mew. Because then there's just 3 energy on the Gardevoir, so they really can't do much damage. Oh, that's so tempting. Because they still get access to Fez. I think we do that, actually. We go Counter Catcher on Mew, because then this is always a boss KO. That healing 60 does not change much for me, I don't think. And then we go Rapid Fire Combo. I mean, they could get another 60 damage down onto my Mega Kangaskhan, and we're swinging for 300. That's gross. I could have taken the Fez there, but there was just no guarantee that I was flipping heads on this one. We'll take our 2 prize cards. And now, if I get a Noctowl, I go Boss for game on Guardy. And we got a Glass Trumpet too, so I could actually set up Terapagos this turn, because if I'm not mistaken, there's an Electric Energy in my discard pile, so I could get a Crown Opal ready to rumble as well. We're making it through. Definitely a hard matchup. A lot of back and forth in these. Actually, you know what? These first 2 games are insane. You know, round 1, we had the beans, so did my opponent. We took Dragapult Dusknoir toe-to-toe, close it out. On this one, we're just seeing who can work out of a bad brick better. Is it Gardevoir or is it Kangaskhan? Right now, it says we're at 290 HP. That is playing like 350 HP. Just because of the Bouffalant and the charms. That is just insane. Now, they do have double Monkey Dory. But there's 3 energy that are on their Gardevoir. So they could go for a retreat play, but that'll only get 2 energy in their discard pile, which means they have 3, and that's not enough for any massive attackers to do anything too damaging, thankfully. They can start moving. Yep, still 30 damage to the active. Again, you need to get Gardevoir out of the active spot here. If you don't get Gardevoir out of the active spot here, we're just going to close out the game nice and easy. No problems at all. Could even go for potentially a retreat play, get more energy in the discard pile to Glass Trumpet, and they'll go for a Drifloon. They could retreat, but it's not going to do enough. They could get 2-3 energy on it, which will put them up to 180 damage. And, I mean, even without Bouffalant, we've got more than that. And that research is nuts because there is no psychic energy in that research at all. So they still cannot take the KO. Would have been pretty scary, actually, if they had Charm plus research. But they are down 1 Charm. I don't totally know the new Gardevoir lists yet. But, again, I think it's going to be a tough stretch for Drifloon to take this big KO on the Kangaskhan. And, I mean, that's all we need. I mean, I will even, if I could get Area 0, go Fan Rotom and just get Kangaskhan out of the active spot. They got a 4th energy in the discard pile. Do you have a Bravery Charm? And they got another Curly into their hand. I guess I am pretty surprised that they did research away the, what do you call it? Research away the Gardevoir in that hand. That wouldn't have been too awful to hold on to. You're going to go for the confusion play. Oh, I respect it. You gotta respect a play like that. I mean, I think in a situation like this, though, right? We have to just retreat. Retreat, get the energy in the discard pile, smack the water energy that's in our hand onto Rapagos, take the KO, dodge the confusion. We can run Errand first just to see, because the ability always feels pretty good. And then we'll see what the vibe is. We get Devo in hand. Oh, wait. Devo's kind of nuts here. We're definitely going to retreat here. All right, this is exactly why we play Devo, dog. It just, these plays go so insane. We're going to throw Terapagos in the active, because that's just a good attacker. And then we can start setting up Crown Opals. We'll attach this here. We'll go for a little Glass Trumpet. We'll get a... I guess it really does not matter. We've got a bunch of all energies in the discard pile. Get a Grass here, sure. And then I'll throw a Water Energy. I mean, we could go Bouffalant. 130 is not awful if we could somehow pull 3 energy off onto it. We'll go Devo here, and we're just going to get Guardy on their discard pile. Right? And that'll give us a prize card. And then they could confuse my active. That's fine. They still... I don't even know if they have recovery to go Gardevoir at this point. We get an energy too. Oh my god. Stop it right now. If I could top deck my last Glass Trumpet, we've got game. Yeah, I've got 1 left. If we top deck Glass Trumpet, run that energy to Kangaskhan, manual attach to Kangaskhan, full retreat, good night streaks. Closing out the game. Don't even gotta worry. Or Noctowl, or Ultra Ball, or Crispin, and they go Counter Catcher for Kangaskhan to confuse it. But it's going to be for no damage, and all they can do is Adrenabrain 20 damage onto it. They're going to Iono me to 1, and I'm going to get a... That's brutal. That's brutal, dude. Our top deck was knocked out. It was chalked from the start. The deck is unbeatable. It's just too much HP. It is just simply too much HP. And that is what she wrote for match number 2. We get the energy anyways. Dude, good night. Is my other switch prize? That's really the biggest thing here. I mean, we'll see. If I gotta flip the coin, I'll flip the coin, dude. What do we got here? We got the switch. We got the trumpet. That's really all we need. I just need the switch, to be completely honest. Because we switch into Terapagos. We got a full bench. We're going to swing 150 for game. Just watching Kangaskhan run Aaron Terapagos. I mean, the whole deck was in full gear in match number 2. We're going to hop into match number 3. Gonna try to close her out 3-0. But just these first 2 games feel so good on this deck. And I haven't played perfect. I mean, it's a brand new deck in a brand new format. I'm still kind of figuring everything out. So this was a ton of fun to get these first 2 matches in. I'm happy they're here. Let's hop into match number 3. See if we can close it out 3-0 on another phenomenal game. Welcome to match number 3. We're up against the new grass deck. And it seems like it might be Toad Scroll. Honestly, kind of looks like Meganium. Might be a Hydrapple deck, not totally sure. Either way, super excited to go into it. And thank gosh I'm taking these mulligans because we're going first. And this hand is abysmal. But we lead a Kangaskhan, which feels pretty cool too. So I really can't complain about that. We're going to attach, retreat. We're going run errand. That is the play of the century. I just need a Nest Ball, Buddy Buddy Poffin, Ultra Ball. I mean, I just need a little Fan Rotom, and that will do. We are going to bin. It's got to be Counter Catcher Glass Trumpet. I hate it. I despise it, but I mean, hey, that's the play we got to do. I need the Crispins, need the Noctowls for sure. Want a Fan Call for, I mean, definitely a Bouffalant, definitely a Hoothoot, maybe even 2 Hoothoots. I don't have a Terra Pokemon in play, though, so the Noctowls are pretty useless, which feels pretty bad. But, I mean, hey, we're doing what we can. I guess no, I had to go Fan Rotom. I had to establish the board. I also got to establish the big beef, right? And then I need that bench space for Terra Pokemon, so I can't bench that last two we just passed here. The Charm, not totally what I want to throw down. I kind of want to go for the Hero Escape. Of course, that is subject to change at the just snap of a finger. You know what I mean? Like, if we gotta go Charm, we gotta go Charm. I just don't think there's a deck doing 360 damage turn 1, like on their first turn. Going second. Especially a deck with Meganium. I'm going to imagine that just takes some power to get going. They got the Teal Mask Ogerpon. I'm curious to see if this is like a Ogerpon deck with a 1-2 Toedscruel line with like a 1 single prize 1 EX1 to stop the effects, or the discard recovery. Curious to see if it's a Hydrapple deck. Like, I don't know what Grass Box deck this could be. Regardless, I'm really excited to see what it is. This is totally a deck I could see people wanting to get out like a video on, just a little showcase. So if it is, tell me, because I would love to play it. Was not the one I was thinking, though, to be fair. Honestly, the decks I'm playing over the next like few days, like on videos, honestly, the ones I'd consider for like Milwaukee or something like that, I'd be lying if I said I know what I'm playing. I have absolutely no idea. This is a deck I wanted to test because it seems fun, and I could see this being like a bit of a rogue play for Milwaukee. And if you saw me at Pittsburgh, you know I like to play a bit of a spicy deck. I don't just make these goofy videos because they're fun. I make them because I want them to be competitive too. And I try to bring any deck I do touch to the highest competitive level possible in terms of like, you know, like I will make the deck as fine-tuned as possible. Obviously, if it's a super gimmicky deck, like there's not much someone can do about that, like Wug Trio Mill, sadly. But in general, I do kind of like to, like, this is my play style. My play style is picking a deck you might not know how to play against because it's just a bit of a different deck. We're going to get a Grass Energy top deck. I'm going to go Crispin first, just a thin, and I'm going to take one of each energy, and I'm going to attach the non-grass to Kangaskhan. I'm not attacking this turn no matter what, and I think this is always the safest play. Yo, Nestball's crazy here. So I can just get Terrapagos now. This is huge. I don't evolve into Noctowl, though. There's nothing I can do to attack this turn. So I am just going to hold the hand. But what I was saying, I'm going to keep this Grass Energy in case I need to go Crown Opal. I can just stop their Teal Masks from attacking, which is going to be very, very important. Yeah, there's really nothing I could do to attack there. I mean, I got Crispin for next turn, so I could go get a, I don't know, I guess an extra. I think I had 4 Water Energy and then 3 Electric. So I think I could get a Water Electric, attach the Water to active, get the Electric to Terrapagos, and then I still have a manual attached the following turn to get a second energy down, and now I got 2 great attackers, and I've got Boss too, so there is a world where I could just go Boss Swing on their active. Curious to see what they're going to force a Vitality into, because I'm going to want to bump that immediately and chase down one of my Area Zeros. That also could be a fun play. Go like Hero Escape plus Area Zero off my Noctowl, because then I could bench my other 2 Hoots. I think off the Noctowl, I have to take Area Zero. Like, that's guaranteed 1 card. It's just what's the other one. It legitimately might be Hero Escape. Like, I could totally see that being something that we just want to run just to be annoying and problematic and to make my opponent even a little bit more miserable. But, of course, you know, we'll see. We will see. They go Nest Ball, and they will get down. I'm curious, actually. I don't know. Another Ogerpon? Chikorita. That makes sense. It's a Meganium deck. I'm forgetting. They need that stage 2 to double their energy, make Ogerpon swing for 80 quadrillion damage. Now they're going to get going with the bug catching set, and they're going to take another Grass Energy to hand, which is very fair. And then you could manual attach to Ogerpon, but I don't really... If they do, I think I actually do go for the boss and try to flip the heads. If I flip tails, it's not the end of the world, but it would be really, really cool if I could pull it off. I guess if that's the case, I could try to go for... No, because I would need a top deck like Glass Trumpet to go for a Unified Beatdown KO and then get a switch off Noctowl. If I went switch Area Zero. Or if I top deck switch, I could take Glass Trumpet. You know what? There is a world, actually, where I could go Boss KO on their Teal Mask Ogerpon, take 2 prize cards. They're going to go Ultra Ball themselves. I'm curious to see who they go. Do they go for the Toedscruel EX, maybe? Get a little beef in the active? If they do, we definitely rapid fire combo their active. Just set up the 2-shot play. And no, they go for another Teal Mask. All right, fair enough. We're going to outline our KOs one or another. Terapagos is going to be the big hitting Pokemon in this deck to take those Okos. For now, we're just going to do our thing with Kangaskhan. And you know what? I guess we do have Run Errands, so it's really the top 3 cards. Going to get Area 0, Nest Ball, or Glass Trumpet. Any of those 3. Or not Nest Ball, excuse me. Area 0, Glass Trumpet, Hero Escape. Maybe? Now we get Glass Trumpet. Whew, man. We do have the energy in the discard pile. I could go for a Boss KO on this guy. It feels so good. Right? Because we're doing 150, 180, 210. Yeah, we totally could. Ultra Ball 2 helps even more. Because then I could go switch. Glass Trumpet, manual attach, switch, Hero Escape. Let's do it. Let's do it. And I still got Crispin in hand, so we're good to go. All right, I like this. Let's go use Jewel Seeker for sure. We're going to go... I don't have Hero Escape. That's fine. We're going to go Area 0, Under Depths, Bravery Charm. Oh, no, I need switch. And then we're good. Okay. All right. We got to make sure the order... The only thing that absolutely matters is Glass Trumpet before Area 0. I don't want to be in that awkward scenario where I messed up my play because I'm dense. And then we're going to smack you here. We're going to get the stadium going up there. We're going to make sure our Terapagos is ready to rumble. If he's in the active spot and attacking, I want to make sure he's good to go. We do have a knocked out in hand, so we're good on that front. What I want to make sure is their energy is as limited as possible. And I'm taking 2 prize cards. So I could Ultra Ball here, but I also like having the Blood Moon. Don't need a knocked owl yet. Just going to wait a turn. I'm going to take the first 2 prize KO, though. And we are going to chase down Hero Escape and another switch. Oh, that feels amazing, dude. Oh my gosh. A Crispin, and we could start going Crown Opal. Realistically, I think if they're leaving that Teal Mask Ogre Pawn in the active, we're just going to take 2 prize cards. We've only got 2 energy down on our active Pokemon. Oh, I don't actually know if Meganium... It's just for your Pokemon, right? Like, it's not for both? Took 2 mulligans. Is it here? No, you never actually showed it to me, so I don't know. I'm pretty sure it's just yours. So you could Rare Candy into Meganium, and then you're going to have 8 energy attached to the active. Swing 240 plus 32, 70, plus you would get up to, what, 330, which we would still somehow live with Charm plus Curly Wall, because we're at effectively 340. So even if you go Rare Candy plus Meganium, we're golden. We're ready to rumble. That's insane, dude. This deck is busted. And you go Bayleaf, so you don't even pull that off. You're just swinging. Still for a ton of damage, don't get me wrong, but not nearly as much. We got to get rid of 2 Pokemon, so Fan Rotom and Noctowl will be the choices here, because this bench is just so unbeatable. And yes, you did go Iono. I did get another Area 0, so I am just going to set up more Pokemon after my own Iono and a manual attach, so we could always Crown Opal. Although, do we ever in this matchup? I don't think we do. There's the Meganium. And it's the promo. All your Pokemon. Okay, so it is not mine too. That is such a good art, dude. That art is so clean, it's not even funny. I'm actually obsessed with that. That's sweet. That is really, really sweet. Alright, cool. Wait, oh, you evolved that from Forest of Vitality. Duh. So you don't need Rare Candy. That's right. You just draw 80 quadrillion cards. Let's go Area 0, bump your stadium. I don't want to Iono give you a new 6. I really just want to attach to active. Although, if I go Iono and get 2 Pokemon, we do just, I mean, we fly through. Oh, maybe I had to attach to Water Energy, go Crown Opal. Ugh. Chris, you don't think. We ripped the Iono. We're already this far in. Oh my god, that was pretty funny. That was pretty bad. Dude, we literally had it in the palm of our hands. And I threw it away. But it's okay, it's okay. We're not punished because I could get a Nest Ball if there's knocked out. I was like, wait, no. There's an out here. What am I missing? There's an out here. We gotta go Nest Ball. Or Buddy Poffin. How many Hoots? Fan Rotom? No Hoots? Okay. Less ideal. Go Hero Escape. Or Crispin. Nope, we're going to go Crispin. Take that in hand for next turn. And we don't have any more Nest Balls, but I could take an Ultra Ball here. I have to take an Ultra Ball here. I need to KO. That misplay was abysmal, dude. I literally just had to Crown Opal. I was like, oh, I can't Crown Opal. It doesn't do anything. No, it does something, dude. It does the nuts for you. And then we'll take honestly, a Bouffalant. I don't want to lose Curly Wall, so I don't want to give them, like, an optimal way to boss KO. I mean, I guess if we lose and they just scoop. I was going to say, I guess I go Ultra Ball, get rid of Area 0, and whatever that other non-energy was, or non-Crispin was, just so I could keep setting up Pokemon to attack. I was going to take another Terrapagos, KO their active, and then just put them in a situation where there's really not much they could do. That's going to be match number 3 over. Absolutely blew up my opponent's deck with Terrapagos and Kangaskhan. I mean, this deck just flows so well, dude. It feels so good. Definitely let me know if you guys enjoyed it, what you guys want to see next. Cannot wait to see you guys in the next video. It is a ton of fun playing these rogue decks, so let me know what you guys want. Again, Masterclass coming early next week, end of the weekend maybe, and yeah, I mean, I'll see you guys soon. So with that being said, stay epic. Peace.